You know what? It might just be time to put Tom DeLonge back into the Disney vault. It pains me to say this because Tom is behind some of my favorite records of all time, those being Enema of the State, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, and Blink-182's Self-Titled. But even after everything he's done, the last 15 years of Tom's projects have proven that I just don't think that I can trust this man anymore. Welcome to the channel. Let's talk about pop punk's ultimate hype beast, conspiracy theorist, UFO enthusiast, co-frontman of Blink-182, frontman of Angels and Airwaves, Tom DeLonge. I'll be the first to admit, Blink-182 is better with Tom than without him. So when he rejoined the band last year, I was pretty excited. Their newest song, Edging, is about what I'd expect from them at this point in their careers. It certainly didn't blow my mind, but honestly, I was just excited that this song didn't completely blow ass. But after Tom rejoined the band and Matt Skiba exits, they announced this massive, worldwide, website-crashing tour for 2023. And then they went into the studio, and then they announced vinyl pre-orders for an album that wasn't even done, didn't have artwork, and possibly wasn't even recorded yet. Come on. And of course, Tom is announcing that this new Blink album is the best Blink album yet. This gets me thinking about all the past things that Tom has given to us and all the promises he has made. So let's explore some of that. And I can't help but remember a little post by Tom DeLonge from a few years back. A picture of the band captioned, "Sorry for the wait," implying a new Blink album was in the works. Thank God we didn't pre-order that one, right? Because if you recall, that new Blink album did not happen with Tom. He really ended up vague posting us like someone posting an Instagram story of them reading a book that they'll never touch again. And Tom does this all the time with loads of different projects. He always has a bunch of big things coming with deadlines that he inevitably misses or promises of things that just never materialize. And I swear I have been reading about a headline with Tom slated for some giant feature film for the last 15 years. Tom pitches every single project as a revolution. We have to take a look at this absolutely insane excerpt from a Kerrang interview with Tom prior to the release of Angels and Airwaves' first album. I honestly think that people are gonna flip out when they hear this. I'm not even joking right now. It's so good. People will suspect that God came down and wrote half of it. Every song gives you the chills, and you feel like you want to cry, but you're conquering the world at the same time. Was Tom thinking of the same Angels and Airwaves album that I am? A DVD is also currently being made, which will accompany the band's forthcoming debut album, which is a story of the breakup of one of the biggest bands in the world and the creation of the world's greatest band. What? Did this DVD thing even happen? I would bet money it did not happen. All these bands say that they're gonna be the biggest band in the world, but no one has any idea what I'm doing. Once they find out, they're all going to say, "Shit, fuck, we've got a lot of work to do. When this band lands on the world next year, it's gonna be like the second coming of Christ." I've heard Plus 44, they are amazing musicians, but I wouldn't wanna be in their situation when this record comes out next year. This is just what Tom seems to do whenever he's got a new project coming out. To me, this doesn't read as disingenuous, it reads as delusional. It makes me wonder if this is just his strategy. This is just a marketing strategy to overhype, promise the world, no matter what the project is. So with this, he's like, this Angels and Airwaves album is gonna revolutionize rock and roll. And it doesn't. The Poet Anderson short film to go along with the Dreamwalker is gonna revolutionize media. It doesn't. The documents that To the Stars Media uncovered is gonna change how we look at UFOs forever. It didn't. And I don't hate Angels and Airwaves, and that debut album I think is fine, but it didn't come anywhere near revolutionizing rock and roll. And I don't think anyone in their right mind listened to that and thought that God himself wrote this. Like, really, Tom? And honestly, it's amazing that Mark, Tom, and Travis have been able to put this behind them and get back together with Blink. I know the promise of the paycheck with this new tour and album is a big one, but still, the fact that these guys are even still working together is a miracle. When Tom comes out and says that they're recording the best Blink-182 album ever, I just have to shake my head and go like, are they really? Because they have burned us too many times. Tom just seems like he's trying to squeeze out every last drop of hype and money out of the fans. Tom can post all that he wants on Twitter, but for 15 years he's been overpromising and underdelivering, which is why my expectations for this new Blink album are super low. I wouldn't dream of pre-ordering anything that Blink is selling. I wouldn't dream of supporting any project or kickstarting anything that Tom DeLonge is trying to get off the ground, because I don't think that I can keep him at his word. Well, that's probably the most negative thing I've ever said on this channel. That's not the norm around here. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like on the video, and hopefully I see you in this next video right here.